Hey, what's up, social media? How are you guys doing? Thank you so much for being such a loyal follower. Thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you for sharing your tips. And thank you for following me. So first and foremost, my name is Faviola. I'm a professional interpreter and entrepreneur. I'm also a business coach and interpreter trainer. So what does that mean? I basically provide on-site interpreting services as well as document translation services for those who are unable to speak the language, meaning in my situation, the language pairs are English to Spanish and vice versa. I also provide business coaching for aspiring interpreters and entrepreneurs that are looking to start, grow, and launch their business. So if many of you are struggling with starting, growing, and launching your business. You know, there's certain pieces that maybe you are struggling with, certain procedures, planning, strategic plans, sales and marketing, social media, etc. Whatever the case may be, I am here to help you. Yes, I've been in business for over 19 years, so I know all of the ins and outs of the business world. I know how to create websites, social media, sorry, a call just came through. So I am able to provide all of those services to help you with your business. And also for the aspiring interpreters who are looking to start and tap into this billion-dollar interpreting industry, I'm able to assist you with all the do's, don'ts, the good, bad, and evil of the industry. So today I want to just basically take a moment and answer some of the questions that are being sent to me via DM. So how do I start my own interpreting career? Should I get certified, or what do I need to do? Some of them are asking also, I am certified, but I am unable to grow my business. I've been in business now for a few months and I still can't get any work. I'm still making, you know, pennies on the dollar. I want to be just like you. Those are some of the questions that come through. So first and foremost, no matter what type of business you're starting, you have to have a plan. Yes, a business plan. It doesn't have to be 100 pages long, 50 pages, 20 pages. It doesn't. You just need a plan. You also need to know who you are, what you do, and what you provide. You need to have a clear understanding of who you are, what you do, and what you provide. Who is going to be your target market? Who are you going to be providing services to? Also, you don't need to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on this, you know, pretty, glossy, sparkly website or collateral material or branding, so on and so forth. Because I know how hard it is to start a business, and I know that many of you are on a budget, limited budget, or have no budget. And therefore, I don't want you to be afraid. I don't want you to go in it, you know, being afraid of not having the money, not being able to invest in yourself. Little secret, when I first started my business, started from zero, scratch. Okay, basically, you know, we were in a situation where we moved to Sacramento. My husband and I, we had my older son now. He was very young, and in my mind, you know, since I was 14, I wanted to start my own business. I didn't know what. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't even know that my bilingual skills were actually going to thrive and flourish into a business. So bottom line is, when I started my business, created my own little business cards, created my own flyers, did my own research, went knocking on doors, went networking, and my website was a one-pager. My collateral material, I used my printer to print my material. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't glossy, but guess what? I knew who I was, what I was providing, and how I was providing the services. I knew how to sell myself, how to market myself, and therefore that's what opened up the doors for me. All it took was one opportunity. That opportunity, which my client has been my client for the past 19 years, that client opened up so many doors for me. He basically started referring me out, word of mouth. I started gaining business, and they weren't looking at this pretty, glossy, sparkly website, or, you know, branding, whether the colors were great, whether my cards were glossy material or you know, beautified. They didn't look at that. They looked at how I presented myself, what I could provide for them, what benefit I was going to provide for them and their clients. And they knew that I knew what I was doing. That is how my business grew. Within 3 months, never in my mind, never in my wildest dream did I ever think I was going to be so successful, that I was going to be able to open up a corporation, that I was going to be the CEO of my own business. Never in my mind. All I knew was I wanted to, you know, start my own business. Slowly but surely, within 3 months, I've said it before, I was able to land contracts. I was able to do work with the state, county, federal. I was able to do contracts with hospitals. I branched out to other states. I had subcontractors, over 2,500 of them. I had in-house employees. Everything was wonderful. But because I did not invest in myself, in other words, I was self-trained. Everything that I was doing it as it came along. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a strategic plan. I didn't have a to-do list. All I knew is like, okay, you know what? People are calling me. They need the services. Boom. Research. Figure it out. You know, all hands on deck. Implement the processes and procedures as they came along. Yes, it worked for me. But had I known then what I know now, I would probably still be in business, and I probably would still have my corporation. Probably. But I decided to, fast forward, I decided to close my corporation because life came along, you know, life challenges, business challenges, personal challenges. And, you know, when you start your own business, this is your baby. Nobody's going to care for it more than you are. Not your employees, not your loyal managers. Nobody's going to care for your baby more than you. So having processes, procedures, a plan when things go wrong, on how to overcome them, how to prepare, what to do, what not to do, is very, very important for any business. So if you don't have anything in place, you need to put those things in place. Otherwise, you're going to learn the hard way. And everything that you've worked so hard for is going to come crumbling down slowly but surely. I guarantee you. Why? Because like I said before, if you have not followed me prior, if you have not seen any of my YouTube videos, if you are not in my Facebook group or my private group, then you probably don't know a lot about what I went through. Okay. 2009, prior to that, actually 2007 it started. Had an auto accident. Was out for months. Put the hands of my business on the employees. 2 years later, as I was slowly trying to fix things, trying to put out fires, trying to you know, take care of the things that fell through the cracks, I became pregnant. Really bad pregnancy. I almost lost my baby girl. During the same time, my son ended up in a body cast due to a femur fracture. At the same time, my father was diagnosed with glioblastoma, stage 4. At the same time, the economy was crashing, and I didn't see the signs. I didn't know what to look for. I didn't know that this was happening. I didn't have anything in place. So when I started taking all this time off because I was sick, I was in and out of the hospital, I was caring for my child who was, you know, with a femur fracture. I was caring for my father, my younger brothers, my family. And therefore, I didn't have time for the business anymore. That was not my priority. I hate to say this, but that was not my priority anymore. My priority was making sure that I was healthy, making sure that my daughter was going to survive, making sure that my son was taken care of, making sure that my father was taken care of. While my mother's being sick because, you know, she's dealing with this as well, while my husband's trying to work and provide, but all of this came crumbling down. So the day that my father passed away, I was out in the office putting out fires, dealing with disgruntled employees, dealing with disgruntled interpreters. At the end of the day, as head of a business, you're responsible. At the end of the day, when it comes to money, people don't care your personal problems or your situations. At the end of the day, you know, people don't care that the business is going under or that you're going through struggles. And therefore, you know what? While I was dealing with this in the conference room, my phone was going off the hook. My mother, my husband, my brother's calling me that my father was dying. That is when I decided, unfortunately, once I got home, found out my dad had passed away. That is the day that I decided, you know what, enough is enough. I shut down my business. I didn't care anything. I didn't want to know anything. And so therefore, even though things went great for the first 10 years, because in 2010 is when I decided to shut down. You know, again, I say things could have gone different if I had the right processes, the right procedures, step-by-step guides to help the employees handle things, situations, management, to be able to have somebody run the business or have the business run on its own during these hard times, during these struggles, during these challenges. But I didn't. So, fast forward, you know, I took some time off. It was just overwhelming, heartbreaking. I can't explain how bad the situation was, how much I suffered, how much I went through. But that, I didn't let that stop me. You know, even though things were said, even though things happened, you know, those that understand business, those that understand, you know, what you go through, can, you know, can relate to me. Those that don't understand about business, those that don't understand how the business world works, are the ones that are going to criticize you, are the ones that are going to bash you, are the ones that are going to stab you, are the ones that are going to talk bullshit about you, bottom line. Pardon my French. But it's okay. This is part of business. This is part of what you go through. But I learned from it. And I decided that, you know what, I wasn't going to let any of this, all of those trials, tribulations, and hurdles, and struggles, and heartbreaks, and heartaches, and all the stress and depression that I went through, and everything that I went through, I wasn't going to let that stop me. So I went back to the drawing board. I went back and analyzed everything that I went through, analyzed everything that I, you know, had implemented, what I needed, what I didn't do, how could I have changed certain things. And the best answer for that is some of these things could have been prevented with the right business plan, with the right processes, and with the right procedures. And I always say, if it's not in writing, it never happened. That was one thing that I did do right. I had everything in writing. And that is what saved me from all of these nonsense, disgruntled employees, disgruntled contractors. You know, some of the contracts that I had is how I was able to continue. Because one of the other things that I say is don't put your eggs all in one basket. That was another mistake that I did. Yes, I put all my eggs in one basket. Towards the end, again, I didn't see the signs. I didn't see that this was happening. So I started contracting and having contracts with insurance companies, with the state, with the county. So when the economy crashed, everything stopped. I didn't get paid. Therefore, it was a trickle-down effect. But like I said, I went back to the drawing board. And this is where I'm at. I am here to provide coaching, training, mentoring services for aspiring interpreters and entrepreneurs, for struggling small businesses and entrepreneurs who are lost and don't know what to do, who are lost and are going through struggles with starting, growing, and launching their business, who don't have processes and procedures in place, who don't have the basic foundation, who don't have that step-by-step guidance. That is what I do now. I still provide on-site interpreting services for all of my LEPs. I still provide document translation services for all of my clients who need their collateral material, employee handbooks, manuals, etc. translated. I still provide VA services, bilingual services, whether it be answering the phone, whether it be emails, whether it be social media, whether it be website design, whether it be administration, accounting, etc. I am here still to assist you in providing those services. For aspiring interpreters who are bilingual, who are now either certified or want to get certified or want to get into the industry and don't know how, who are struggling on earning their worth, who are struggling on getting new clients, who are struggling on negotiations, terms and conditions, payment terms, etc. For entrepreneurs who don't have a plan, who don't have a strategic plan, who don't have a sales and marketing plan, who wants to go in contract or get their own contracts but don't know how. I am here to assist you. So if you want to learn more, I know that this is a long video, and I know that you're probably wondering, like, oh my God, like, what did this lady go through? These are real life stories, real struggles and challenges that I went through, that I've survived, thank God. And that even though right now I'm going through some major health challenges, and also 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, I suffered another auto accident. And I'm still dealing with all of those pains and aches and so on and so forth. Let me tell you, because of all of the processes and procedures and everything that I didn't do then that I am doing now, I am still able to run my business. I am still able to grow my business. I am still able to help you. And therefore, I invite you to join me on some of these live trainings that I'm going to be having. I invite you to check out my YouTube videos. I invite you to join my Entrepreneur Cafe Biz exclusive group, so that we can learn from each other, so that I can help you grow, start, and launch your business. I am not going to BS you. Like I said, you're going to see me very casual when I'm at home in my home office. My home office. When I'm on site dealing with clients, I put on my suit. I am dressed professional, and I represent myself as such. Just because I am casual here does not mean that I am not going to provide you with 110% professional services. I'm going to provide you with top-notch services, products that you need to help you with your business. So again, whether you're struggling with social media, sales and marketing, collateral material, branding, procedures, business plan, administration, accounting, you name it. I learned every single thing on how to do it. Because if you don't know how to do it, how can you train your staff? How can you teach them how to do certain things? How can you teach them to run your business the way you want it run if you do not know how to do these things? So therefore, stay tuned. I will continue to provide more 411 for you. Have an awesome day.